guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Briggy and today I'm going to tell you guys the story of how my sister's bedroom was haunted. I did mention it in my Bloody Mary video and I got heaps of comments saying, when are you going to do the video about your sister's room being haunted with her? But she won't do it because she is too freaked out and she's scared it might happen again, so she's not going to be in the video. But I'm going to tell you guys the story because I've seen so many comments and people ask me about it, so here we go, straight into the video. This will be a two-part video because it's pretty long and there's basically like two parts to the story. So yeah, so if you guys want to go grab some popcorn, some chocolate, a fucking pillow to hide behind or just to like hold, go do that now and we're going to get straight into the video. Okay, so this situation happened I think about a year ago, and it was around Halloween as well. So what happened was my sister went for a walk with her friend after school and they were like near this church, and apparently a few weeks ago there was something happened near there. I'm not too sure what it was, but she picked up something that was there. Now when you pick up something that someone might have like died at the scene or something like that, like I don't know, something, but a ghost attaches to something, and if you take it from the scene, it can follow you. Like, I'm not too sure what it's called, but when you pick up haunted objects and you take it with you, the thing will follow you. So what happened was my sister came home and she came to me and she tried to like pull a prank on me saying I got my L's, which means she can learn how to drive. And I was like, you idiot, you're too young, you can't do that. And she picked up this thing out of her bag. It was a little L plate and she said, I got my L's. And I looked at her and I'm like, what the hell, where did you get that from? And she's like, I told you I got my L's. And I'm like, do you not see the blood on there? And how it's like half sort of mangled? And she looks at me and she goes, there is no blood on here. Excuse me? There was dried blood on this thing and it was like broken on the sides. And I looked at her friend and I'm like, do you not see the blood? And she's like, there's no blood on it. And I'm like, where did you get that from? And she goes, I found it when I was walking. And I'm like, well, throw it in the bin. And she said no. So, I don't know if she was possessed or what, but there was blood on it. Anyway, so leading up to this, she put it in her bedroom on an exercise ball near the mirror, which is right directly behind my wall here. So it's like right over there she put it. And weird things started happening. So the first time we heard something happening was up in the roof, right directly behind this wall. We heard scratches, like someone was clawing at the wall. And I didn't take any notice of it. I thought it was just like the roof making noises or whatever. And then a few nights later, we heard in the roof scratches. And a few nights passed, nothing happened. And then again, we heard scratches, but this time it was coming from the air vents up in the roof, just above this wall. But it was always above the wall. So everything always happened above that wall. A month goes by. We heard absolutely nothing. Nothing, no sounds. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, her door will be shutting. It'll just shut. And we'll be like, what the hell, there was nothing open. And then one night, I was sitting in my room at the end of my bed. Now, our bedroom is in this hallway, so if I sit at the end of my bed with my door open, I can see her door. I can see in her room. And so one night, I was sitting on my bed reading, and she was in her room, and all I could hear was her door opening and closing, opening, closing, opening, closing, opening, closing. And it was annoying the absolute crap out of me. So I was like, what the hell are you doing? And she wasn't in her room. And so I went to the lounge room and I came back and I was like, you know, your bedroom is being weird. So she was sitting in her room for a bit and we sat on my bed and her door was opening all the way, but it was going like really slow motion. There was no windows open at the time. And the door was going all the way opened and it would come and it would close. Like it would go in the lock, it would close. And then suddenly it will open again and it will close again. And her being her, she takes out her phone and she's like, I'm gonna Snapchat this all to my friends. There's like a ghost in my room. Oh my god, guys, look at this on Snapchat. And I'm like, if that's a ghost, you do not Snapchat that. That just brings it to life. Like, you're inviting it in your house. You're inviting it in your bedroom. Okay, you keep it in there. I don't want it in my room. Anyway, she sent this to all her friends. The next day she goes to school and she's telling her friends about it and I'm like, you're an idiot. So we got to our science teacher and we're like, the bedroom door was opening and closing. It was a ghost, right? And she starts saying this whole like, what's it called? Like physics sort of thing, saying like the roof expands and the walls expand and whatever, but this was not a freaking walls expanding. This was a ghost. Like, you cannot open a door and close it like that. Anyway, it tripped me out, and that night she tried to get me to sleep in her room, and I was like, I'm not sleeping in your room. Your room is haunted. You come and sleep in my room. Now, this room, I don't think has been like haunted out of nowhere, because that originally was my room, and weird things would happen. I'd have posters on the door, on the back of the door, and they would fall off. Like, out of nowhere, they would just fall off. Every time I would put something on the back of the door, no matter what it was, like I would stick it down with like sticky tape, I would stick it with blue tack, it would always fall off, and you would hear it fall off. Like, it would make known that it's falling off. And I didn't really like that room. It sort of creeped me out, but it's her room now. She likes it. And yeah, so those things were happening, and that L plate was always in her room. Like, it would not move. It would just stay in the same place. She would never move it. She would never touch it. And she would just carry on saying, oh my god, I got my L's. And I'm like, no, you do not. Throw that in the bin. And then it was about like 6 months had passed. Nothing had happened. One night, my dog was in her room. So we were all in the living room, and suddenly we would hear like these growls coming from her room. Our dog was going nuts. So both of my dogs were in there. They were like running from one end of the room to the other, and they were looking directly above the roof where the ball was. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if anything like this has happened to you. Stay tuned for part 2 if you want to hear the really freaky side of this. And yeah, so click below for part 2.